Hey guys, and welcome back. It is Jeff Master Flash. How are you all doing today? This is the game that I have been waiting for all year, and here it is. So this is just basically getting to grips with the game kind of video, seeing what's new, seeing what's not new, hoping that they added in things that was desperately needed, and just having a quick Grand Prix, quick race to get used to it, see how the cars handle, and then take it from there. Get on to my career and my team as soon as possible. So straight up, this is the setup I used for the Austria Grand Prix race. I raced it with Lewis Hamilton. Straight away I noticed that the fuel load is a lot more. In 2019 you had 10 kilos, where now you have 20 kilos of fuel in practice. Aero's the same, transmission's the same, suspension geometry is the same, suspension is all the same, and yeah, that's it. I think the only change that they've actually made to this, apart from up in the fuel load, is they've added in another 2 sets of tyre pressures. So obviously you've got front and left. Start again, shall I? You've got 2 tyres at the front, 2 tyres at the rear, and yeah, they've added in those. But the game does look slicker, sounds slicker, looks a lot better. They've added in a rear view mirror, which that has been something that is called for a very long time, especially where you are racing online. That is much needed or much anticipated add-on, which is really good. In fact, the depth of perception of the mirror is a little off. Obviously, cars in the rear view, they look further away than they actually are, and yeah, it's quite deceiving. You think that they're right upon you, and they're actually not. They're a few lengths back, but they are enough lengths back to overtake. So if you look to the bottom right, you will see that the ERS deployment, again, just like 2019, you can have it manual or automatic. I like manual for whatever reason. I believe that I prefer to deploy it when I want to rather than when the car does. Not just that, it's been completely redone for this game. You only have 2 modes. In 2019 you had 0, which was none, then you had 1 to 5, which was obviously low to or 1 to 3 was low to high, then you had overtake, and then you had fast lap. In practice for Grand Prix you have 3 modes. You have medium, you have hot lap and overtake, and then when you're in qualifying you have 2 modes, which is medium and hot lap. You don't have, even though it's manual, you don't have the option to turn it off, which even when it's in medium it is trickling the charge out of it. But as you know, that when you hit the brakes, come off the throttle, it does charge the battery a little bit, but not very much. But it is a vast improvement on what you had when you hit the hot lap, or took it to level 5 in 2019, hit the hot lap. Yes, you went a little bit faster, but it was unnoticeable. Believe me when I say that when you put this into hot lap, that it is noticeable. The speed, the depth of this game of 2020 is far superior to 2019, by far. Obviously these are the qualifying laps. I did one in the wet, one in the dry, just to see what it was like, and only recently completing the Austria career mode, there is vast differences between maps, and I don't mean
Just put in the fastest lap.
They've added in a chicane, or they've added in turns that shouldn't be there. What I mean is they have added in more depth. Is that the right terminology? Is that the right word? For example, turns 1, as you just went past it. Turns 2, they seem bigger. Turns 3 and the uphill, if you a little bit heavy on the throttle there, you are off, mate. You are spun around. Yes, it was like that in 2019. However, it's a lot worse in 2020. Right there was the braking zone at the 100-meter board in 2019, or just, if you was brave enough, just beyond the 100-meter board. However, you don't actually brake now until you're in the corner. Same with this turn. You would have broke at the 50-meter board. Now you don't actually brake until you're on the turn in. And turns 9 is you would do it just before the 100-meter board. Right now, you don't hit the brake until you are almost past the 50 because of the right hand downhill. The circuit feels a lot more. It feels a lot more like a sim, I want to say. It does. The speed, you are very much aware of the speed. You are very much of what happens when you hit the brakes and lock up. You are very much aware, and the sound from these cars on startup and just the overall noise is just phenomenal. Yes, I'm not saying that this is the be all and end all. When you hit it into overtake mode, I feel that it's OP. I feel it's a little bit much, but in real life it's isn't it an extra 160 horsepower? So yeah, you are going to get that instant boost. I'd love to see how that's going to play out during career mode, because yeah, it doesn't recharge as quick as, for example, in 2019 you could turn it off and it would charge. You take it around a lap and you could charge it quite quickly. I think the worst circuit is probably maybe Canada for not being able to recharge your ERS or enough of over a 70 lap race. But the fact that you can't turn this ERS mode off, it doesn't charge as quick as you would like it. So you have to always have that in the mind if you have it on manual, that you are going to need it to defend, and trust me, defend. You need to against these AI. They are brutal. They take no prisoners. I like the race start as well. The start of the race, it seemed a lot better. Another probably negative, the car seems to understeer a lot more, and it's not setup related. I don't think it's setup related at all. This is the same setup I used in F1 2019. As I said, the only things changed setup wise on the setup screen is the added tyre pressure and the added fill. Yes, the car, I'm not saying that the car handling characteristics have not changed, but I've already mentioned that the differences in track. Yeah, and I have no doubt there are differences in car handling. However, the car does feel it understeers a lot more. I know in the settings there is an understeer enhanced mode, so just to make it more realistic. But even with that off, it does feel a little bit more understeery. But apart from that, I can't find anything wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, this game's already on a winner, and I've done one Grand Prix. I really have. But yeah, I have no doubt there'll be tweaks, there'll be handling changes, there'll be all sorts of things done. but I straight away, it looks better, it feels better, it sounds better, so therefore it's got to be better, right? Or am I just too blinded by the F1 game that I can't see the wood for the trees, which means that I can't find any negatives in a field full of positives? Let me know your thoughts, let me know what you think, let me know if I'm just talking rubbish and the game is actually rubbish. I don't think it is, but as I just said, I don't know if I can. I don't know is the honest is my honest opinion. As I said, I really enjoy this game. I've enjoyed them since 2014 on the Xbox 360, and yeah, I really enjoy it. So I don't know if I can't find any negatives, but as I said, let me know what you think. Hope you guys are all well, all safe. Stick around to the end to find out what happens, because believe it or not, the boy Hamilton picks up another penalty. Whilst I was recording this, I just started my team, so hopefully my team will be up next. Then Korea. What would you call your team, or what would you have me call my team? Yeah, so answers down in the comments below, and I shall catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. Tyre condition is still looking good. We expect the grip levels to start falling away soon. Gap to teammate ahead is 4.4 seconds. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap. Pitting this lap then, come into the pits at the end of this lap. Right, go now. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Valtteri is in for his stop. Fourth position, you're in fourth position, Albon ahead. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. They're on fresh mediums. Norris behind. They've entered the pit lane. Our gap to first place is 21.8 seconds. There's 5 laps of fuel remaining. flag. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead. The track is clear. Green flag. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race. We've been awarded a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Excellent job, mate. That's a fantastic podium. Super driving, really strong pace. Very, very happy.
A fantastic team effort to secure victory here in the Styrian Alps. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.